No. Probably just gonna go between this and 100 for a while, but not a huge fan of 84 now. It's a meme now, basically. As soon as SBA was found, all level spatulas was an obsolete category. I just like going between any and 100 now. I think I'll do that for a while. Yeah, the Tiki Throw ruins all the runs, yet. It's not good, man. As I've already said, if one Tiki SBA weren't the way it is, I would already have a fucking 47. I've had so many paces. Like, the few runs that I do get past that trick, make it to end game, or excuse me, they make it to late game, still on 47 pace. But it's just, I lose 5 times more runs than I get to that trick. Like, if it would just work, if it would just be consistent. Just terrible, man. One Tiki is just the worst thing in the game. Just takes so long to set it up, and then like half the time you set it up and it's not even in the right spot, man. Just sucks.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear. This is great.
It's stressful. It's only as stressful as you make it. Like, at the level I'm playing in this game, like, every second counts, especially in the beginning of the game. I'm really starting to notice that now. Like, this route should never have been capable of being pushed this low. We said it was going to stop at, like, around here. But it's still going. We said that 47 wasn't going to be possible without major strats, but here it is. The duping route is probably going to be fast for a while, but I don't think it's the end game. I think there's more that we have to find. As of right now, this is the fastest viable route for getting record, I think. I don't think I'd be able to get a record with the other route for a while. I'd have to add a lot of optimizations to that shit to make it work. A normal? What do you mean by normal? This is any percent. Cole said that sub 105 probably wasn't possible. No, we're not allowing tools for setting things up in this now. That's called a tool-assisted speedrun. That's not allowed. How happy do I get with a new PB? It depends on how good it is. I think I popped off for this one. Every step of the way feels good, but most of the time it's immediately followed by damn. I could have done way better. No, runs aren't cracked today. I am definitely not the only person. I'm one of many, many people. Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Good for him. A lot of people say their own runs are shit. And you think that I'm like just blowing smoke until you see my runs like yesterday be on pace to smack my shit by over 40 seconds, and by Industrial Park I'm like on pace to beat my time by like 35 seconds or more. Like, you think that I'm just saying it's bad because I'm upset or something, but I'm being serious. Like, my PB is really bad. That's why I'm getting runs so easily. The fact that I got 5 runs in the late game yesterday, that all could have PB'd by 10 or more seconds, just goes to show how easy it is. If every single second counts, and I can point to the mistakes that I make to know where I lost those seconds, 10 seconds is a huge shit ton of time. You gotta think of it from that perspective. So we had this talk yesterday about like leaderboards and stuff. How like Ndide was like 2 minutes, he was 2 minutes ahead of everybody for a while, but when he stopped playing, he was only 20 seconds ahead of second place, but it still took 2 years for somebody to catch up and barely beat his time. 2 years to close the 20-second gap. Because when a game is that competitive and that optimized, every single second counts. So you gotta remember, like, when we're dealing with seconds at this level, we're talking about like minutes, man. Like, for most people. The average speedrunner, you know? The average speedrunner will PB by like a couple of minutes when they PB. Like, here we're dealing with like, I'd be happy to PB by like 2 seconds, honestly. I don't really care by how little it is. It feels good every time. I mean, like, I'm starting to like gain a better perspective on this stuff from playing a game that I'm definitely trash at. Like an optimized game that I'm pretty new to and I'm not very good at. So like, I feel it like when I'm a minute ahead, it's like, okay, I'm only a minute ahead in that game. But I'm a second ahead, it's like, okay, I'm a full second ahead, this is good. You know? You start to like pick up that perspective, I guess. You realize, you know, why people are just like, they only lost 5 seconds, why do they say the run sucks? It's like, well, the better you get at recognizing, you know, where you fuck up, you're gonna get better paces because you're gonna know what to do better. Every little frame of the run, you know, you have like a grip on like exactly where you should be, what you should be doing. I'm still losing time to these splits, man. It's like, today I'm just not saving those like quarters of seconds that I usually save, and it's adding up. Some of the games that I like to watch are SM64, obviously. I watch Sunshine to try and learn. I don't really watch it for like entertainment, really. Okay. I don't really spend a lot of time watching Twitch. Wow, I got fucked, honestly. That was dumb. Might have to retime that split. Yeah, like there are games, if I like a game, I'll watch anybody play it. I don't care what their time is or what their skill level is. I just like watching a game and somebody who's interesting. As long as they're trying, you know? As long as they're trying to make an effort to improve. I just like going along for the ride. It's an individual journey. It's just fun being part of it. Well, you guys know I fucking suck at SMS. It's still fun to watch me try, I guess. Get runs. Well, I've been running this game for 4.5 years. This was the first game I played. I got lucky, deciding to speedrun this game because I really enjoy it. Like, I did not get into speedrunning saying, I want to find a game to speedrun, and I just landed on this. No, I started playing this game again, and I saw how fun it was, and I wanted to see how quickly I could beat it. And I found the leaderboard, and I found the community, which was really small at the time, but it's like not the same as it was back then, really. Majority of the community is what like built off of my stream, like 2017, 18, 19, so forth. Very big portion of it.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Nah, I don't like 7-minute runs. It's something that's like between like this is like pretty short. Like 40 minutes is like fine for me. I like the hour 20-ish mark. You know, like hour 30 is like pushing it, but I can still tolerate it.
The robot's losing its head. What a
I like the 30
takedown
minutes
by
to
Patrick.
hour 30 range. It's like sweet spot for me. This community is not going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure. This game was a gift to my brother when I was like 7 years old, I think. No, I was 8. I was 8 when he got this game.
Oh, nice flying.
Because he got it a year after it came out,
Thing
or like
moved
the
by
next year.
Patrick.
And I just hogged the shit out of it. But when I got back into it, I like obviously had some of my own money. I didn't have much money because, you know, all my money was made until I started streaming. All my money was made from like doing art and stuff. Used to sell people grad caps in high school and stuff like that.
I've never seen such an electrifying match.
Used to do portraits, but I don't think I would ever draw again. I just enjoy this a lot more. How are the runs? They're really bad today, I'm gonna be real. But this one's like, maybe this can be something.
Clothesline move. Whoa, what an opening for a guy literally filled with openings. Oh, what an uppercut.
Yeah. I used to draw people's like faces during like wedding and prom season.
Nice move
I didn't
by
sell very many of
SpongeBob.
them, but
This match
the ones
is
I did
just
sell,
about over.
you make like $100 on a portrait. That's $100, you know. If you're not like driving anywhere, you sometimes need to buy something, you know. It's good to have. I wasn't a professional by any means, but I was good enough to, you know, sell them. I didn't major in art. I majored in business. Art was a hobby. I would never have majored in art. That's just like too risky. And plus, like, I don't want to do art as an assignment. Fuck that. I want to do what I want to draw what I want to draw if I want to draw. I feel like there's not much I can learn aside from doing it for myself. That's what I did in high school, like, to make money. I had a Minecraft server in middle school. I was never employed. I just don't want to work for somebody. I just like doing stuff for myself. I've always found a way to get by doing stuff for people. Nothing illegal before we even go there. Nothing illegal. Speedrunning should be illegal though. It's gonna ruin society. Just watch. It's dumb. They did call me Shifty back in the day on Xbox Live. But that's just because I was a fucking dumbass. It had nothing to do with, like, actually being shady. Just, I don't know. It was just fucking, it was a meme, honestly. I knew kids who tried to get people to, like, give them their fucking point cards and shit. We were like 14 years old. But I always thought that shit was dumb. They're like, yeah, man, you need to buy the new DLC, just get some kid to give you his card. It's like, well, that's pretty fucked up. You shouldn't do that. I knew kids who did, the hacked lobbies. They'd, like, make you give them, like, a Microsoft card to get in. Yeah, I wasn't like a big shit talker on Xbox Live. I just like trolled people with gameplay. Like crouching in the elevator in 5. Like that kind of stuff. I had friends who talked shit. I had a friend who was on Xbox Live talking shit on my Xbox. And the shit he was saying was so fucking obnoxious that my parents kicked him out of my house. Like, I knew people who would really just get heated on Xbox Live. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. Because I had friends who actually did do like shady shit or like tried to. And they'd always say like, don't fuck with people on Xbox Live or they'll like fucking get your IP and fuck with you and shit. I learned very young like, don't troll people on Xbox. Nah, man, Xbox was the Wild West. The Wild West of gaming, man. That shit was insane. People just like... People got scammed so often on that shit. People would lock entire game servers out because it was just so fucking flimsy. Real shit. Yeah, YouTube during that era was sick too. YouTube was at its best from like 2014 to 2016. People say the same thing about like GDQ too. Honestly, I think the internet in general was just great during that time. Yeah, 360, yeah. I mean, I'm technically a millennial, but I'm on the cusp. I never got into like Steam. I think that Xbox Live is more of a millennial thing, like very late millennial, like 95 to 96-ish. After that, a lot of people just hopped on Steam. And my brother was like not an Xbox Live person at all. He was just all Steam. He'd do the Steam summer sales where you buy like 50 games and play none of them. I never bought into that shit with the Steam. I never got into that. Like all the Zoomers are like really fucking good with computers too. I don't understand half the shit my brother talks about. He's also a comp sci major, so it's probably part of it, but yeah. $19.99 is Zoomer. Gen Z. Hello, JB. Yeah, I have like 3 games in my library like maybe 6. It's like stuff that people wanted me to play on stream. But my brother's like, you gotta buy this game, man. My brother is really enthusiastic about games, like in general. Like he loves like game dev and like trying new games. And I'm just like, I found some shit that I like, so I'm just gonna stick with it. That's just how I am. Also, this run's alright. It's alright. Yeah, man. Well, it's cool that you're streaming again, dude. It's good to see. Scary. Very scary shit. I have not been getting this lately, so I'm just gonna see what happens if I just don't do it. How much time will I save if I don't go for this shit? Just as a little experiment. Dude, Windows sucks. Shit breaks every time. Dude, asking me something like what's the most embarrassing thing you failed, like how am I supposed to know that? I've been playing for 4.5 years, a lot of shit's happened. You know? Alright, that's just 2 seconds I can just save for free by not attempting that. But it's still worth it, I think. I never get it.
Welcome to...
Like, at this point I'm unsure of, like, what my best accomplishment even is, honestly. In terms of, like, just optimization. Like, I'm well aware of my accomplishments. For, like, thresholds that I break in, like, barriers and stuff, but, like, what is the best run that I've ever gotten? I'm not sure if I even know anymore. I think that 53 is just too old, man. Happened almost 2 years ago. Yeah, like, I'm not saying I'm getting rid of it. I'm saying I'm going to work on it. But I don't need to lose those 2 seconds right now, is what I'm saying. I mean, it was just optimized. For the strats that it used, it was a very optimized run. If you can send me a video of what you're talking about, I'll look at it. Is there anything you want to look at tonight, by the way? Because I'm down to, like, do some routing and theory crafting and stuff. What's on Quotada's mind today? Yeah, I agree. That's what we talked about the last time. Hundo? Oh, I want to talk about any. I just, like... I'm in this, like, weird spot with this category where I feel like... We're kind of, like, going off the road a little bit from where we should be going. Like, nobody can agree on, like... what the best route to, like, work on is. So I think there's, like, something entirely different that's just makes sense. I don't know. There's gotta be something that we're missing.
Yikes! Looks like SpongeBob's in for a rough ride.
Well, what do we have so far? The ones that I've been working on are Dutchless for this. I've been looking at the duping, obviously, because you got me on that shit. Obviously, RSS Classic is the one that I'm doing in runs. I still have my shit for the LCB route. Yeah, I have all that shit. Spent like 8 hours timing that one day. It was done.
Now the robot's taking a beating out there.
It was like, no, it was not the full 8. I spent like maybe 3 of those hours timing it. But that was the same day I was working on other stuff too. Is Guppy DCB even like RTA yet though? Yeah, it's just like, I find it weird that like, I feel like the Sand Mountain slides should be just obsolete by now, but they're not. It's very bizarre to me that they aren't. You want me to just try the DCB? I get it. Yeah, one of these days I'll be down to do that. Dude, what the fuck? That is true. And seeing as one Tiki is also way higher generation right now, they're actually on the table again. Before they weren't, or it was like a gray area. That's why I was sick of any percent, man. Just like one Tiki was so shit for a long time, but whatever it was that clicked for me when I was playing Hundo, whatever that was, it made me want to play any percent again because I could actually get runs and not be annoyed.
And SpongeBob will be back in the ring. Oh, that was a doozy.
Just like, I really didn't want to play this category for a long time because of how dumb SBA was being. You should watch the SBA history video. If you go on YouTube and search, it's there.
Look at that. The robot's made himself dizzy. That does it. SpongeBob is back in the fight. Oh, that was a doozy.
So we think that the Guppy DCB will be better than Larry, and we're doing, yeah. So it's like a mix of what we were talking about before. I want to work on this with you, but I also like, I need to be in the headspace where I'm not like second guessing my, like am I wasting my time grinding right now? You know, like, I hate that when I'm like doing shit and I'm like, well, there's this strat that can be faster, and I could have just been wasting my time doing this run. I don't know about Larry DCB. Maybe both. I don't think so though.
I see a prime bowling moment right here.
It's just hard to like get out of the headspace of grinding when the strats are moving so much faster than the skill improvement. Like, I was able to do both at the same time for like a long ass time, but like something about like this year, shit's just moving so quickly I can't keep up. It's like a tidal wave. Alright, I'm okay with this run. I accept it. Yeah, I agree. I spent the majority of this year labbing 100% shit, really. Working on content. I don't know when I'll have the motivation to... I think when I get a 47, probably want to spend more time moving stuff around. This year's just not been a big year for me finding stuff. Well, yeah, I had like 17 in there, but I also got like some hard shit that I'd never really expect to get consistently. This year has been like you and Smiley going off, basically. In a nutshell. Wow, that almost didn't work. That was scary. Also, Swagmaster Doritos, like low-key, finding a lot of shit this year too. Swag will just dump like 7 seconds, just like every few months. Some good shit. It's nothing major. Like, what was the last major thing found? 1 Tiki? I'm pretty well, like for any percent it was what it was probably like no, it was SDJ. SDJ was the last major thing found. I mean, it's not even like that big. Oh, when was the last like 10-second time save found that is being used in world record attempts, at least? For this category, I can't remember. I think it might be 1 Tiki. That was just like some random person who found that. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, but Dome Clip's not any though. Yeah. Now Rubber's found a lot of like DCB stuff and like big time saves in other categories, yeah. Any percent's just like it is what it is, you know. Rubber finds big shit. He doesn't find like the little tiny things most of the time, but he's like there's like a 70% chance he's the one who found something big if it gets found. You guys find like tiny shit. It's like this whole year's been tiny shit. The whole damn year's been that. I think Hazel wants to look into more RTA stuff when she's done with the test. Pure 1 frame. It's like a 1 frame jump to skip a text. It's like a checkpoint. The problem is like we're working with like 2 different routes here, you know. Who figured out the pure 1 frame thing? Technically Hazel, right? Hazel was doing that in the test. Yeah, I think that like just Hazel's just casually finding shit by working on the tasks anyway. It's like that was the first place that I saw it. I know, like, I like to keep track of these things, so when I make videos and documentaries, it's like somewhere in my head that I can recall. I mean, like, it is kind of cool that, like, everything up to the first 49 is fully researched and accurate. But we gotta keep track of stuff. Because there's gonna be a lot of, like, 1 second shit. We gotta know how it happened, you know? I mean, like, I've been spending most of my time working on setups for ridiculous shit. Like, I spent like 5 months on Swingerless, and I've been spending the past year on SBA. And I, like, often, like, forget how much time I sink into doing those things. So, when I say, like, I can't remember the last time I found something big, it's like, it's probably because I'm spending so much time doing that shit and grinding runs. I just don't like the feeling of not contributing much when I, you know. Feel like I undersell. So I'm like really focused on like perfecting shit that already exists at the moment. There's just so much to fucking take in. There's so many things that are being ironed out. But routing is finding stuff though. Like, it absolutely is. It takes logic and reasoning to find shit like that. Like, it didn't take me any skill to find L control, you know, I just found it by accident. But like, actually critically thinking on where to put things is like really important. It's absolutely finding something. It's arguably harder, honestly. It's like it's an entirely different branch of thinking, really. No, Kotada's been routing for a while now. I'm glad that people have taken interest in routing though, because like it is really fucking cool. Like, it's one of my favorite things about the game. Well, I think I just lost 10 seconds. What the fuck was that? I think I just lost my run. Why did I just do that? This shit was just so solid until I just had to do that. The fuck? Like, what on earth did I just do to this run? Maybe I should have just done the puff boost, honestly. I got the one in rock bottom. Guess I wasn't thinking. That's what I get for being a bitch. Honestly, like, I feel like we're gonna have a lot of PBs with like dumb things like that for a little bit.
Here we are.
October 5th? I don't know. Probably someone's birthday. You ever consider that the rainbow on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is somebody's birthday? I know some people who were born on New Year's. I'm a bit worried about the fate of this run right now. I think the Russians are pleased to know that about this game. Alright, I am very happy that that worked. That's nice. But we're not out of the woods yet. Well, I mean, we kind of literally are out of the woods, but we're not out of the run's not over. We're out of the swamp, yeah.
The grave.
Planned. What do you mean, guys? That was planned. A little bit slow. Got it. Just gotta remember the angles with the controller reset that I did. Nice and easy.
Had enough?
Just take it easy, man.
My little bubble friend.
Hey, Lunar, thanks for the 31 months, man. Good to have you back. Yeah, I don't know about I don't know about that Squid's dream. I don't know about that one. That was kind of bad. Planned though.
They serve food here, yes, but they don't serve love.
And here we are, folks, the main event. A gauntlet of ever-increasing ferocity. The robot better change tactics and fast.
Alright.
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant robot's brain?
Clean. Now 48-12! 48-12, dude! Let's go! Let's go! It's always like one thing that's like, how'd that happen? Like, oh my god, my voice is so hard to control right now. I'm sweating. I can't control my voice. I probably sounded like a team when I popped off. I'm so freaking shaky. 10 seconds in downtown. Why? Here we go. This is Trey's video in a nutshell. Honestly, it was a pretty decent run. It was almost like... There were like 2 or 3 times during that run where it could have just completely ended, but somehow it didn't. I'm happy that it finished, but we're not done. You already know. Elijah, thanks for the 4 months. And Raider, thank you for the tier 1. Yeah, thank you, Quotada, for having a discussion about like routing and shit with me, because it distracted me a lot from the pace. I was on really good pace for most of this run.
Shut up, you stupid robot. Who are you calling stupid?
Thanks, yeah.
Community college. You oversized
I'll be back to the routing stuff when I feel satisfied with my times and stuff.
Well, Plankton, I hope you learned your lesson.
Oh, I certainly.
For now, I just want to grind. I just want to speedrun right now.
Ouch! We won! Who wants to get ice cream?
I do.
Maybe recall that this year I spent 4 months grinding swingerless.
They're making a mess of Bikini Bottom.
Sandy is right.
And I made that shit pretty damn consistent too.
I don't know for what.
I definitely sell myself short, but
There's still work to be done out there.
yeah, exactly. There's still work to be done out there.
And neither will I. We can't rest until Bikini
I can't wait to do
Bottom is
swingerless and
ready.
runs. I say that now, but it's gonna be trash. And the fact that one Tiki is working now after fucking grinding that shit and testing setups for over a year is like remarkable. I thought it would never be solved, but I feel like this is the best it's gonna be for a while. Like, that's the only reason why I'm playing any percent is because that shit works. And again, found by accident. I just got a random throw in a run and I'm like, how can I set it up this way again? I always find things by accident. So. We're actually within 2 minutes of summer best now. But it's even like, okay, I think I have 2 seconds of L control in my Dutchman's ship. No, excuse me, I'm dumb. My Dutchman fight gold has like 2 seconds of L control in it, I think. I don't even know why I still have that in there. I never go for it. I have the mass boost in like my graveyard segment as well. My sum of best for the tricks that I attempted in this run is more like a 46-25, I think. For what I attempted. Obviously not like what's possible, but yeah. 48-12 though. Yeah, we're really close, man. It's about to get a lot harder though. Like, it's about to get way harder. If downtown went as planned, this would have been like a 48-04. So it still didn't really get quite there. No, 46 is not possible with the current strats. We're barely scraping 47 with this. But the stuff that Quotada and Smiley are working on, their route that they're working on right now, might be able to eventually get a 46 if it gets optimized more. I'm just trying to like keep updated on it until I can actually help. It's like I can't like divide my attention when I'm trying to do some shit like this. This might be the hardest time I've ever gone for. This might be harder than 43. I mean 53. 53 is almost 2 years old. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at this game in the past 2 years, even though like it feels like the shit we did back then was crazy. How hard are bowl VMS setups? You mean like the thing I did in ALS back when I used to run that? I don't think it's bad. I ran that category for like a week and I got a pretty decent time. I don't think it's bad. There's one in Hundo that saves 8 seconds now. Yeah. I'm just like obsessed with speedrunning right now, man. I want to do more runs and I want to get back to routing and like strat hunting stuff like movement strats and shit like that, but it's just, it takes so much longer to get a good run nowadays than it did in the past. Like back in the day, like I get a minute break and then I just like next day I'm like looking for movement shit, like optimizing stuff, like optimizing turns and shit. Next day I'm like back at it, but it just takes so much longer now. And now that I'm like optimizing several categories at once, it just takes so much longer to get a good run now. Maybe 47 is like going to be my greatest speed run when it finally does happen. After this PB, I might start grinding quick slick offline. I think I might need it to get better paces, but I don't really need it right now. I figured out like a fast setup for quick slick that works in early game. Like it's pretty solid. I have to look more into it though and practice it more. Like it's tight movement, but you can barely get there and get it to work. And it saves a little bit. Storageless. I forgot what that is. Storageless. Oh yeah, no, we didn't get a timing on it, but I can look into that too. I just feel like I'm getting too many 47 paces to add too much major shit. I think I'm good enough at 1 frames to to add that though. Eventually. Like, one frame jumps, I almost never miss them. So one frame dashes are the same thing with a different button. I just gotta get used to the button placement. Yeah, that run felt decent. That felt like a decent run. Now we gotta get a good run. Shit, man. Yeah, watch the documentary. It's sick. Watch the doc. 48-12 though is like, I might not be able to beat this for a little bit. Might take a week or so. I don't know. But yeah. It feels like the last time I was routing stuff was like very late 2019 and early 2020 I was routing ALS, but then we got hit with the new website, both documentaries, the script for 2 other documentaries, the tutorial video, Rehydrated. Like, it's just been like a blink, man. It feels like things are starting to set back to normal though. I was a little burned out from this game after Rehydrated because of Rehydrated fatigue. But I'm starting to feel the motivation to like route stuff, strat hunts, and grind runs again. I just haven't felt that in a little bit. I wasn't sure what the future of my, career in this game was going to be like after Rehydrated came out. I wasn't sure how involved I was going to be other than playing and grinding runs, but I'm feeling more motivated to get back into crafting again. Now that I feel like Rehydrated just like a dream now. It's not the thing to look forward to, it's the thing that's in the past. So, it feels good to feel like I'm like fully back in form again. It's been a long time, man. And it's been a long time since any percent's been cared for as well. That's been it's interesting, man. It's the cycle. But I think this game's gonna come back stronger than ever. Relatively less active than it's used to being, but it's good to see the boys coming back. It's good to see Rubber back. It's good to see JB back. It's good to see people taking up new things like Yo Man designed the Blitz and Parrots getting in on that to help him form a league. We're getting a whole website makeover. A lot is happening right now. It's definitely not. Yeah, and people who started with the tutorial, hey, like, you got some high-level players. You got Sia, who's like got a 54, learned off that tutorial when it was made. The same tutorial I'm talking about, I busted my ass to make this year. Same one. She's already got a 54. So you can do it too. If you ever want to give it a try, you can do it too. It's totally possible. People are already getting good like half a year after that thing was made. Just pick it up. Give it a try. It's the best tutorial yet. I'll get you that sub hour. Alright, I've done enough talking. I just needed to blow off some steam. We talked about a lot of stuff today, especially in this run. But all I gotta say is 47 is gonna happen. Just a matter of when. And I'm happy to see the people who are getting burned out from Rehydrated are taking time to give this game a chance and get into it. It's nice keeping the community intact. Love to see it. See you, cheeks. Yeah, it's a good sight. It's a good sight to see everybody coming together. The community feels united again under one game. And of course, there's always Rehydrated to play if you ever get burned out of this. We have the second game now. But it just feels like we're a lot more united than we were a couple of months ago. Always respectful and always friendly, but just felt like our focuses were, different for a while. A lot of us, we had different focuses. But it's nice to see everybody coming together and giving things different things a try.